So I'm sitting here kind of mystified and bamboozled about the things we might invent or create or discover. Because I'm thinking at the moment that, for example, there was a time when we didn't have electricity. Back in 1900, excuse me, or whatever, we didn't have electricity. So all the products and devices, whatever, that have come into being because of electricity. Our fridges, our watches, our televisions, our computers, etc. So I'm wondering if there's anything left to discover in the universe that will change our lives as radically as electricity changed our lives. There was a time before electricity when humanity would have thought it was quite advanced and that we knew quite a lot of stuff and we were on top of our game. But then obviously we've learned a lot more as time has gone on. And so the same principle applies today. So in 1900, for example, we would have thought we knew a lot. And then in 1950, we would have thought we knew a lot more than what we knew in 1900. So we were doing much better. And so that process continues indefinitely. So 100 years from now, in the year 2121, they would look back on how I am now and see me living a very basic life, lacking lots of knowledge, and they wouldn't want to be living the life that I'm leading. So I'm wondering, trying to imagine what kind of things they might discover and they might invent, they might create, which would make them feel that I was living a very basic life. I just can't come up with anything at the moment, but it is really interesting and basically amazing to know pretty much for sure that life will be very different in 2121 and then 2221. There will be progression and increases in knowledge and devices and techniques. It will be so different, and yet it's not possible to conceive of the things that will be different because we haven't discovered the things yet. So what I'm wondering at the moment, for example, is are we going to discover something equivalent to electricity, for example? So there was a time we didn't know about electricity and then we discovered it and manipulated it and now we have computers and whatever. So is there something equivalent to electricity that we might discover in time and that will change our lives as radically as electricity has changed our lives? I'm wondering if there could be anything that we could discover or invent somehow that would change our lives radically. And it is very interesting to wonder what that might be. And any ideas from people would be appreciated. I can't come up with anything right now. But the fact is, there's bound to be something that will come up. And quite possibly it will be as radical as electricity and as important and it will change our lives greatly.